Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a long, longly awaited My Thoughts video. And of course, if you don't know what it is, I don't blame you because there has been no game for me to actually give a decent My Thought videos on. What it is just basically a regular, normal review video that I do every time I finish a playthrough or a game. And this time, if you can't notice, we are doing it on Darksiders 2. So I'm going to try to keep this video short. That's not going to happen. So anyways, let's get started. Let's first of all talk about the story of Darksiders 2. The story of Darksiders 2 involved Death, this guy, the main character, and his journey to basically save humanity from extinction. In doing so, he is hoping that he will absolve War, his brother, from his supposed crimes. Now, if you don't know, War has been imprisoned by the Charred Council because he arrived on Earth without all of the seals being broken. Okay, so if you want to know more about that, then you should play the first game. Yes. Okay, so that's the basic story of this game. And to be honest with you, it doesn't develop anything more than that. Except for one thing, but that's only one thing, you know? And that really... Oh, and also, this game is a prelude. It's a prequel to Darksiders at the beginning. And then during the middle of this game, it runs side by side with Darksiders 1's storyline. So in the end, you don't get to advance the story that you've been really hoping for. You know, it's just a side progression, basically. You just get to find out, here's what happened to War. I wonder what happened to all his other brothers and sister, you know? And I hope that in the next Darksiders that they will actually advance the story, but I don't think they will. What I think they'll do is like they're gonna make some storyline up for Strife and Fury. No, it's a good way to make money, but still, I wish that it advanced the story just a little bit. Okay, so onto the combat. Let me tell you, the combat of this game, great. It's great. It's not great in that it's complex. It's great in that, you know, you can just zigzag across the screen and move from enemy to enemy. And the combat is very smooth, flowing combat, and it feels really, really good. You also have to unlock abilities. So let's see if I can show you that. Hang on. So during the game, you can unlock moves basically, but there's not a lot of them. You get most of these moves right off the bat. Okay. You only unlock like I believe 2 moves for each weapon. So it's mainly all of these moves you already get at the very beginning of the game, which is really good, you know? You don't have to wait until like you're 15 hours into the game to actually start having differentiated moves. And you also get, where is it? No, that's not it. Here. A skill tree. Just like any other RPG-esque title, you get a skill tree. Now, in this skill tree, you get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, so 6, 7, 8. So you get 8 skills in total. And it differentiates between which skill tree you want to go down in. So get either, you know, a basic combat ability or a basic summoning ability, which, you know, defensive type moves and offensive type moves. I was hoping for a little bit more into this. I mean, he is death. I was hoping that he would use more necromancy type attacks, but that didn't happen. Very sad. Other than all that, I just believe that the combat system in this game is giving you too much at the beginning, and also you don't have to use a lot of it in order to beat the game. So basically it gives you the ability to delay your attack, so you press the attack button, you delay a little, then you get to use that powerful move. But honestly, if you just want to do it for show, that's the only way you would actually have a need for that ability. Throughout the entire game, all you have to do is just smash the attack button, seriously, and then most likely you would just beat everything to the ground. Okay, you also have a secondary attack, which is the heavy attack. You have 2 weapons equipped at a time. Your main weapon size, and then your secondary weapon, which is varied among, I believe, 6 different weapons. I could be wrong, but what it is, it's just a more stronger AoE type attack that hits everything in a wide area. Okay, so moving on to the sound. So the sound of this game, the voice acting is decent. It's not like shockingly amazing or anything. It's bearable. It's just an average day, voice actor, I guess. It's what it sounds like anyways. Another thing is that I don't like how they made Death sound so cocky at the beginning. Or actually it continues throughout the entire game. It's kind of weird. I don't know if that's actually his, I know that's his personality, but I don't get why they made him, so I feel like he's just extremely cocky, and I do not like that. I don't know why. And the sound effects in this game is pretty good. If you hear it in the background, you hear like I'm in a dungeon right now, it's crumbling, rocks and debris falling in the background. The sound effects for the weapons are pretty nice too. So sound effects in this game is pretty decent. The sound overall is very good. So what is the good thing in this game that I can find? The good thing in this game is that it's extremely long. If you do everything in this game and listen to almost every conversation, the game would take you at least 25 hours to finish. At least, okay? That is if you skip collectibles, which I did. I mean, when I say do everything, I mean like do everything like on the paths. Like if you go and you look at everything and you don't actually have a guide with you to actually find all this stuff, then yeah, it would take you at least roughly between 25 to 30 hours. Now, if you actually go out and find all the hidden items, some people say it lasts you 40-ish hours. I don't believe that, because I found all of the pages of the Book of the Undead pretty quickly. Of course, I use a guide. That's the only way you can actually find them all anyways. You should go online and look for the guide, unless you want to take a ridiculous amount of hours to find all the hidden items, which why would you? It's a collectible thing, and every decent person or smart person would actually go and find a guide to help you. So that's one good thing. The game hours is pretty long. Another good thing about this game is that the combat, like I said, it's very smooth and free-flowing. Okay, and you can jump from enemy to enemy without any so much restriction. But other than those 2 things, I don't find any other thing to be a positive. Every other thing is just either meh or bad. So let's talk about the bad thing of this game. Okay, so I want to remind you all that I am playing on the PC version, so I will judge it based on a PC quality game, okay? The graphics of this game sucks, okay? The graphics sucks. Every single thing in this game is undetailed. Look at this. It's like plastic. Seriously, look at that. It's plastic. And if you go even closer to it, it looks even worse. Even the ground, look at it. It's like, it's flat. It doesn't really look like it pops out anything. See, look at that tile. So the graphics textures in this game, for the PC version, I expected more, okay? For the console, yes, it's pretty. Yes, it's the lighting is decent and wonderful and all, but I expected more for the PC. Another thing I don't like about this game is how easy the combat is. Oh yes, okay. I played through the game, and yes, I played on normal and not hard. Yes, I did all this and that, but to simplify things down, all you have to do is press one button and maybe use the Y button, and that's it. You press two buttons repeatedly the entire game, and you most likely beat the game, like I said. I wish that they also would give you the abilities by unlocking them. Like all of these, like delay attacks right here, you know? Like all these different moves that you could have done, you should have been unlocking through the game. Yes, it's nice to be able to do everything at the very beginning, but it's so jarring, you know? It's like they just shove everything down and give it to you, and then you don't know what to do with it. If you unlock it through the game, you're like, oh, finally, I've unlocked a stronger move. I'm going to use that more often now, you know? It's that idea that you worked your ass off to unlock a new move, so you're gonna, you know, use it to its full potential. This game, it just gives it to you, so you barely uses it at all. So that is another bad thing about this game, that the combat system, even though it's smooth and free-flowing, it just gives you too much moves and abilities at the very beginning. And really, those are the two good things and the two main bad things about this game. I don't mind the story so much. A lot of people says that story, it's, you know, too non-complex, but I find the story decent. You know, it's not bad. It's really not. And other people like, oh, I can't believe I wasted all this time to find out that we're back at the end of Darksiders. Nah. Really? Come on. I hate it when people compare, you know, sequels to its predecessors. You know, just compare it to other games. You know, I compare it to Darksiders, not in the sense that it's a sequel, but in a sense that of a game. And both games, in my opinion, is the same. Really, it is. Some people says that the combat system in this game is too simplified. I don't think so. It feels simplified. Like I said, it's one of the bad things about this game is that they give you all of the abilities right off the bat, so you never use them. So that is why it feels like, okay, the combat system is very simplified because you never use the stronger attacks because you didn't unlock them yourself. So overall in this game, I feel that if you really want an action-based platformer, puzzle, RPG-esque game, then yeah, I believe that you should get it for the PC, okay? Oh, well, if I'm going to judge this game on the PC, I should say one last thing in here, is that the control for the PC sucks. The keyboard and mouse, it just completely sucks. I use the controller for primarily the main of the game, so the keyboard and mouse is terrible. You know, you can't barely control the crosshair. The character is, the combat with the keyboard and mouse is not as bad, but platforming with a keyboard and mouse in this game is just horrendous. So I play with a controller, and it's kind of sad that when a PC port fails to adapt to the PC controls. Just saying. So anyways, back to my thoughts on this. If you really want it, I suggest you get it on the PC because it's only 50 bucks. And it's basically a smash and pound game, a hack and slash. So you just run through the game, listen to the characters, find all the hidden items, and just beat everything down, basically. And if you are a type of person who, you know, would rather wait and who are looking for an advance in the story of a particular series, then this game is not for you. This is, like I said, it brings you to the end of Darksiders. Okay, it doesn't advance the story in any way. I don't find that really problematic, but some do, like I said. So if you're a type of person who want an advancement in the story, then this game, you shouldn't get it. Okay, it's just a, like I said, a side story to Darksiders. So overall, what score would I give this game? I think that Darksiders achieved what it did, and as a hack and slash with a decent storyline, decent graphics. You know, if you're playing on a console, then yes, it's decent graphics. But if you're playing on a PC, you probably expect a little bit more detail to the graphics than this. So, but for the PC, I don't mind because it's only 50 bucks. And like I said, if this game's for $50, I think I would recommend most people to get it. If you would rather wait for it to drop another $10, then yeah. If it's $40, then I definitely recommend it to everybody, even those who would want to advance the story. I mean, it's $40 for a 30-hour game, so it's pretty decent. Like I said, I'm repeating myself now. Moving on. The score for this game is, I believe I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's an above average game, but the combat system, like I said, could have been more complex. The graphics should have been better for the PC. The story should have been better. It should have advanced the story at least a little bit. You know, don't just bring the player back to the end of Darksiders. Come on. Advance the story just a little bit next time, hopefully. So yeah, that is my thoughts on this, and I think it's pretty different than most other people's thoughts on this game. And damn, it's been like almost 15 minutes. Over 15 minutes. Wow. Okay. That has been my thoughts, and if you sat through it, I hope that this would give you a more concise and you know, helpful in deciding if you want to get this game or not. I do recommend it for the PC, even though the graphics is bad. It's 50 bucks for a 25-hour long game, and it's pretty fun. Especially if you are on PC, you can edit a few things around and make it even more fun. So, thank you for watching, and I hope that you found this video informative, interesting, and it at least helped you in deciding if you want to get Darksiders 2 or not. Once again, for my personal score, I give this game a 7 out of 10, and I will see you next time on a My Thoughts video.